city now, far away from any innocence. I can end this now. Stop the Absolute and spare the city. The stage is set for my final act. Mystra's bidding and the redemption that lies beyond.
You've brought me right where I need to be. I have no right to ask more of you. It's time I spirited you to safety. For this is a fate I must face alone. As much as I enjoy your company, I'm not willing to kill you just to wring out a few last moments. It's just a choice between two deaths. Quick and meaningful, or torturous and pointless. It's now or never. This isn't giving up. It's securing victory at a price I am willing to pay. And everything we shared can live on. With you. Please. For too long, I've lived in fear of taking a host of innocents with me when I expired. Now at least I can be assured my demise will be saving them instead. For now, at least. There's endless wonder out there. Infinite possibilities. Perhaps fate will bring us back together before the universe dims. Forgamus, Inferni, Blandimenta. Up you go then, Gale. Let's make this count. The whole world's watching. Thrall? No, I think you're mistaken. The name's Gale of Waterdeep. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, though our time together will be exceptionally brief. Farewell, and happy land.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
He did it. He actually did it. He blew up the Nether Brain. And the tadpole's gone. Finally.
But, Gale, I can't believe he's gone.
The city must remember him, not just for his triumph, but for his courage.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope.
I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. Be our future and our legacy.
I have already chosen a way. The way of Orpheus. Vlaakith will fall, and I will plant a seed. From that seed, Githyanki freedom will blossom. Your will is strong, Rastil. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator.
Enough talk. Give me my freedom. Freedom from this fall. Yes, but for how long? My mind screams. It will never stop until it has slipped away from me entirely. I will not be Ghaik. I did what I did to save my people. The rest is up to them. Someone else must rise within the ranks to lead the revolution against Vlaakith. Give me my freedom from this form. Release my soul to the astral seas, while I still have one to call my own. Perhaps you are right. I may not be the one to lead my people, but I can still bear witness to their glory. I shall find a place for myself in a corner of these realms. For even in darkness, the stars of Tu'narath will shine upon me. You were a worthy ally.
The Githyanki will find they have a noble prince in Orpheus. If they do not slaughter him on sight, at least.
Kulos! I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator.
A reprieve from the Githyanki invasion. For this day at least.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt.
What comes now? I cannot remember the last time we did not have a grand purpose to work towards.
We will drink for Gale. Boo and I are banned from most of the inns in the city, but you may order for us.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh God. Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
I almost envy him. While he retreats into shadow, I prepare for my long exile on the surface.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No! Stop! My love! We can save her! We can take her to Avernus! We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
I can't force her. But I don't want to watch either. I can't.
I'm ready. I stand back. I'm going to...
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate. He slept like a babe straight through the night, dreamless, thoughtless, and almost entirely free. For the first time, you feel alone. Calm. You breathe. Baal may have been your beginning, but he will not be your end. Of all those you killed in your father's name, one lingers in your mind even now. Alfira, the bard of the Emerald Grove. Her death weighs upon you still. A burden you will carry for the rest of your days. But fortunately, you will not have to carry it alone.
My shining star. Since I've known you, we've shed more blood than could ever fill the Cheon Thar. The wounds we sustained were the testament to our might. But last night, I swear to you, your touch healed every one of my bruises and wiped away every scar. Through you, I've been born anew.
A moment passes. Will's eyes glance up to his horns.
There's something I need to ask you. Something terrible. Something greedy. Something unreasonable. I'm the Blade of Avernus. I swore to cleanse the hells of the devils that threaten the coast. And I know my first target, Mizora. I won't let her claim one more soul, slay one more victim. I'm going to make my way to the hells and tear the horns right off her damned head. I want you to join me. A reasonable person would say no. I still want you to say yes. It's not about me. It's about every desperate soul Mizora will recruit to the Blood War. Every life she snuffs out on Zariel's whims. I want you to see my blade slice her wings off her back. To hear her groans as she dissolves into ash. Say you'll come. I must have played this conversation in my head a dozen times this 10-day, and practiced how I'd say no. But I can't. Not when I know deep down that you're right. Forget Mizora. The people of the coast call to the Blade and his star. Are you ready to be their hero? Come. The next page in our saga begins.
"6 months since you faced your father and refused your birthright. 6 months since you cured yourself of the urge. Your life is your own now, and you are already becoming someone new. But the memories of the past will not leave you alone. You receive an invitation one day, in a hand you recognize immediately. Challenger of gods, it reads. Surely thou wishest to see thine true family once more. Withers, who raised you when your father struck you down. He bids you join him as a gathering of your allies and friends. So, once again, you return to the place where you formed your first memories. You are calm. You are you. You can do this.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
He looks coyly at the ground. He snaps the air and wiggles. He is, however, exhausted. He's had plenty of adventures without you. The joy in the owlbears. There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it? Scratch barks. He seems excited in a way you recognize. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. He whines. Less talk, more throw.
Ah, our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here. Always my... You won't be surprised. I've gotten quite good at replicating a... You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me. Perhaps once the... Ah, you're so... But you mustn't let...
To meet again where you...
Oh, yes. Honored, of course.
See how you're... It is just this day.
He dangled me from the high hall.
The guild should not go... It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. So I have. Though it is a peacemaker, 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. But where Minsc might once have thrown any...
Yes, I'll rule it. Oh.
But enough, my friend. I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsc and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done. Minsc knows these rituals well. Now, Halfling, we'll rave Lae'zel of Creshkiller, Astarion, who is banished by the sun. We visit him much down. Gale, the man who would be God, but chose to die. Shadowheart, 2 gods. Halsin, Archdruid Var. And there is... saving your city was her last act in this life. Study them well, sneak thief. For the best among who never arrive.
But wait!
Go, my friend.
You have managed to survive. So, here we are. Oh, we could. Do you ever regret that we did not take control of the Netherbrain? Regrets are of little. Few mortal. We can write our own stories now. I feared that perhaps it was. Rebels swarmed to my cause, and...
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Just, it is one that can weather any distance. Any passage of time. You are... Now the task, and who's to... Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing. In that case, our community grows rapidly. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into, in a manner of speak. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. You are welcome. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no deed. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could. I have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime up. You would ask to be tucked in next. But more than a few, I should think. At least I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather... I shall be able to keep the children and... Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening. As much as I would like to. On occasion. But even Korga may yet find true balance. Thanks to her influence. Before... Yet... They always find their way. No, it's just a token.
So you made... Hello, darling. I wasn't sure. And I must say... What have you been up to? No relapses, I hope? Well, not that... But I am glad to see you doing... well. I'm glad to see us all. Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little... I'm sorry, but time. I've taken it. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it. You know me. But yes, there's nothing wrong with being rewarded for good work. And when it comes to killing, I did it first. I spent too long defined by... This is who I am. In all my glory, for better. Then so be it. We've had quite the journey. From the moment I first threatened you, I will miss our time. See you later.
I fear I am
My love. Withers, yeah. And from the... by the 9 hells. You must have a favorite, yeah? A fight you still savor. Understandable. But we should get back to the celebration. I won't lie. Losing the Eldritch Blast, but you stoke new fires in me. He's doing well. And he's back. The likes of Gortash, Bane's chosen, primed the fist, with a few exceptions. Father's pardoned every last... He still believes in the bow and the blade. Valor is found not in the wounds. May they all take it to heart. Go on, my treasure. Or waste a single drop of...
Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep. And if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. Alas, on this occasion I appear to have been erased from this plane in both soul and substance. So the usual protocol for revivification cannot be followed. I am, however, available for the duration of this spell to assist with the tying of any loose ends related to my recent departure from mortality. A sequence of elegantly designed failsafes to be executed in order to reverse the occurrence of my unexpected but impermanent demise. As I am unable to detect any trace of my existence in reach of mortal... The good news is I have been entrusted with the delivery of a letter to be given to one who... I hope these words do something to ease the tragedy of my untimely and honestly... With that, I'm afraid my spell is waning. Is there anything else you need of me before I blink out of existence? How fortunate I was to know someone like you.
Prison fare, is it not?
I expect there have been other reunions, but I was not invited.
Ah, old friend. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet, but to see your face, it brings me even more...
Limbo, she'd said. A plain of Kand, the home of the mystical Githzerai. What?
It's nice to hear. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. Shractalor.
Shractalor? You recall the name?
Our Gish sent word. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. Exactly the My blade is keen. Sometimes. A sincere Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in... And if he refuses, I am a warrior of the Comet. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy. Soon. When the Comet has... I miss this place. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself.
There you are. Starting to wonder if you'd show up. Honestly, I'll come here. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it. No offense intended. I'm glad you seem well. Trudy. Oh, hells, what? Not another adventure, is it? I'm quite content with my semi-retirement. The owlbear. Of course I'll have him. If he wants to come with me, that is. I'll have to find somewhere for him to sleep, of course. He'd get stuck in the door of my cottage. Maybe the barn. It's as warm as anywhere, as long as he gets along. Well, now I'm going to... I can picture the look on my parents' faces already. I found a little cottage. Abandoned, half ruined. There's a lot of such places to be found, thanks to the Absolute's armies. The pain still comes from time to time, but I won't let her torment. Sorry. I found healing. Love. My mother's mind still drifts every now and again. Father... Sorry, I'm rambling. Family life and pace... Of course I do. Everything sounds good when I say it. No. Fine. With a little bit of spittle, chew your victuals, then play skittles. Congratulations, I think I've sprained my tongue. Must I? You presume... I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all. Do you ever rest? Think of all those poor... Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but... Don't remind me. Someone's... After all, we've faced down bigger threats than... Don't be a...
Thou feelst it still. She is not here. She who was the boldest. Hast thy thoughts been with brave Karlach often? She would not come. Correct. Not in plains material, in but a dozen 10 days, an entire life was lived. More than mortal year. Thy band, thy bond, gave that life to her. Not like thou wert her kin. In the fugue plane, recall that in time all changeth and all is rejoined. What indeed? The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you. There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy plot? Thou soughtst to didst think the other gods thou may be, the supplication, the whimper of the death felled by I overestimated thee. Vermin, away.